What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is Court Cam, the top 3 biggest outbursts by A&E. The link to this channel will be in the description. They do loads of these Court Cam videos. I've reacted to one before. I think it was the top however many disrespectful moments, and it was on there. It was hilarious to watch at times, brutal at times, and just pretty shocking, to be fair.
Yeah.
You haven't reacted to any Court Cam videos before, have you?
No, I've never
Not on the channel, at least. I don't know if you've done
reacted to any of them. I don't think I've ever watched any of them. I have watched like the odd courtroom thing
video.
Yeah, you
scrolling on Facebook and a disrespectful moment will
and I
pop
like
up.
them, but I've never watched any.
Never checked out the channel before, so I think you'll be in for a nice surprise on these. This is the top 3 biggest outbursts, which is it's going to be interesting. Let's just say that I'm super keen for it. If you guys are keen, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button as well. You absolute legends. And let's check out the Court Cam, the top 3 biggest outbursts. What we got?
Now we head to Cleveland, Ohio, to the Cuyahoga County Common Pleas Court for the sentencing of convicted serial killer Michael Madison. Madison's been convicted on 3 counts of aggravated murder for the killing and mutilation of 3 young women in Ohio. As part of the hearing, Van Terry, the father of one of Madison's victims, steps up to the podium to make a victim impact statement. Mr. Terry's now just a few feet away from the man who so brutally took the life of his daughter, Sherelda.
Right now, I guess we're supposed to, in our hearts, forgive this.
We will listen to this in full, but that must be so hard. Obviously, the whole situation is ridiculously hard, isn't it, anyway, and given the statement on it. But it must, I've never really thought about it, it must be added hardness, the fact that the person who has done this is literally right there.
He's in arm's reach of you.
Arm's reach, you're going through all these emotions, think awful has happened. I never really thought about that, to be fair. And it just adds that extra hurt, I guess, which can't be good at all.
This clown. Who's touched our families, taken my child.
He's looking directly at Madison.
Wow. Oh, that definitely would piss
is it
you
because he
off.
smiled at him?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, damn it.
Van Terry is released without charges. A short time later, County Judge Nancy McDonald hands down Madison's sentence. Michael Madison is sentenced to death and will now live on Ohio's death row.
Yeah, if he smiled at him while he's about to make a statement about his daughter that this person's killed, then no wonder he went for him. Like,
that's what I mean. To be fair, I was actually going to say that. He just does not give one F or anything like that because he's just smiling.
Just that smug face. He's just not bothered, is he?
No.
Even when the camera turned on him, when this guy's like jumping on him, he's just smiling.
Yeah, he's just smiling. He's like in his own little world, isn't he? Do you know what? Like, going into this, I expected this to be defendants.
It may still be.
No, yeah, it may still be.
Top 3 biggest to be coming from a.
I didn't really think about anyone else outbursts. I just expected them all to be.
I thought it was gonna be like them kicking off.
A defendant, like, don't you dare give me death, and then swearing the head off and stuff like that. Not somebody who's obviously been very hurt by it, going and throwing punches. Like, wow, I did not expect that.
That would really annoy me though as well. That would.
Oh, it's definitely out of order, but then again, the whole crime's out of order, isn't it? So what else do you expect?
Yeah, exactly. What do you expect? You can't go expect.
If he's willing to kill 3 people,
from it, no.
Yeah, you can't. You expect he's a bit of a dickhead. You know what I mean? In lack of better words. Let's get into the rest of it, and it'll be interesting to see if the rest of it's defendants or if it is like the family and stuff like that. Because I really didn't expect that angle.
No. Next, we head to the S. James Foxman Justice Center in Daytona Beach, Florida.
We are ready to go forward on the candidate vote, Judge. All right, Miss Cook, come on up.
The woman being sworn in is 18-year-old Keandria Cook. Cook's in court today to receive a sentence for using a dating app to set up a robbery that ended with another teen being shot. The teen survived. Cook has accepted a plea deal that will drop a conspiracy charge, which carried a maximum penalty of life in prison. But counts of carjacking, attempted carjacking with a deadly weapon, and felony battery are still in play.
I just want to say to you, I haven't forgiven as much as I get chance. so I can get out and finish school. And I can make my mama proud. Because I want to be her first child to bring home a high school diploma. And I just want to make my mama proud. That's it.
Cook now prepares to hear her sentence as her loved ones look on.
This is definitely going to go from, like, obviously being remorseful, trying to get as low as possible, to kicking and screaming because she said all that and didn't get it.
I'm kind of thinking, are her family going to...
Potentially. But
you just said, like, her family's watching.
Yeah, so maybe it's lining up that there. Maybe, but I'm just personally I'm expecting to be always saying the right things to get less of a sentence.
And then when she gets sentenced,
she's like, I didn't want that, and she kicks off. It could be the family thing. That is a good shout, though, because he did kind of point us into that direction, didn't he?
Yeah, he made us know that the family are watching.
Yeah, which is kind of like, oh, maybe they're going to kick off. Yeah, no, I agree with that as well.
Ms. Cook, you're before the court for sentencing. A couple of things going in your favor. One, you didn't hold a firearm during these episodes. The second is that the victim luckily survived. That being said, this was intentional. It was an orchestrated ambush, and you are a main part of that. And for that, I'm going to go ahead and adjudicate you guilty of all 3 charges, sentence you to 20 years in state prison. Concurrent as to the first 2 counts.
The crying you hear is coming from Cook's mother. The sentence much more severe than they expected.
3 charges. All fines and costs.
It turns out that Cook and her mother's reactions were so intense because they believed the plea deal meant no prison time. Judge Foxman allows her to enter a new plea deal, citing miscommunication between Cook and the assistant public defender. As a result,
that's quite a lot of bad miscommunication.
Yeah, to think that you're not going to get prison time
and you get 20. I tell you what, for the mum though, it must be absolutely awful.
Yeah, because it's not her fault that what's happened has happened, and
assuming she didn't know anything about it, and assuming she raised her the best she could. Let's say that because we don't know the person.
I do feel bad for parents in that situation.
Yeah, it's your child going away for 20 years. If
you've done your best to raise them to do the right thing, and then they do something like that, and then
exactly, and it directly affects you. You want the best, and you still love your kid no matter what.
And still 20 years, like she's going to be 38 when she comes
exactly,
out.
It's a long time, and potentially the mum may not even be alive. Fingers crossed she is.
But
it may be the last time she potentially sees a kid.
We don't know how old she is, do we? So.
Oh, exactly. So it must be so hard and devastating for them. Yes, the kid has committed a crime and they deserve it.
I've got no sympathy for her.
No sympathy for the kid
family,
for doing it.
Yeah.
But for the mum, it's not her fault, and she loves the kid and stuff like that. So that must be so awful. But what a miscommunication.
Yeah, to think that you're not getting prison, then you're getting 20 years.
And then you get 20 years. It wasn't even like they got 6 months or a year.
I feel like that's a cop out there a little bit.
Definitely. I think they were maybe expecting like a couple years and got 20, so we just went, miscommunication, we can get on that.
Result of that new
Imagine
deal,
if it's more.
Cook's sentence is reduced to 11 years in prison.
11 years, okay.
It
weren't really the biggest of outbursts, was it? I was expecting a lot.
No.
I didn't think. I imagine that happens quite a lot.
I don't know, but by outbursts, I'm expecting like people kicking and screaming, like full on tables flying.
Yeah, that's like similar to what we had on the disrespectful one. So maybe you should check out the disrespectful, because there was like one guy who just kept racking up his charges because he was just swearing his head off at the person charging him. He just kept racking up, and then he was walking away. He got out on bail, and he just racked him up even more, and then didn't get out on bail anymore. So I was expecting similar to that, but it's still quite good.
To the Nesbitt Courthouse in Anchorage, Alaska, where this man...
If you want to arrest me and drag me off, that's the only way I'm leaving.
David Haig came to court looking for justice, but instead the judge ordered a new hearing to be held at a later date, and he's not having it.
If this court didn't do right the first time, it sure can't now. That they had screwed me out of a plea deal, that the state had falsified evidence, and now they're lying about everything to cover it all up, and that's just the beginning of it. That's right.
The game pilot and tour guide is seeking to clear his name in a decades-old conviction, accusing him of killing wolves illegally while working with the state predator control program. He claims the state doctored maps to make it seem as if he'd gone rogue, and that state officials, who were trying to save face when confronted with a public relations nightmare, falsified the boundaries of the map to frame him.
The map!
Wow.
The
I mean, that would be a massive claim. Like, you can't just mess
Can't
with the
just say
boundaries like
no.
that. It's quite a massive claim.
They falsified this before trial, and there's a recording of the prosecutor and trooper talking about falsifying it before trial.
Mr.
They're going in and falsifying the map that they convicted me with by altering the lines on it to make it corruptly seem I was shooting wolves in my guide area. That's felony tampering with evidence, and because a trooper, an Alaska State trooper, was doing it with a prosecutor, it's a conspiracy.
The courtroom's closed.
And they used it at trial knowing it was false. That is another felony.
To the judge.
And I'm putting my foot down because somebody has to.
I love how he actually did the foot down as well.
Well, you're gonna
This one's more important. There's no more hearings here. All right.
No.
Sorry, Mr. Haig. Sorry, so sorry that our court system is so corrupt that they would do this to you.
Haig is charged with disorderly conduct for violating an order to leave a courtroom.
Travesty.
His wife needs to get
Haig's attempt to clear his name continues.
Wow.
Thanks for being a fan.
That is the end of it. Quite a short one. Let us know in the comments if he did clear his name. If that ever
Yeah.
came out. Because again, that is quite a big claim. And we don't know the full
Yeah, it'd be
facts
interesting
to
to see
it.
what happens.
Yeah, I imagine that potentially has been resolved by now. So if anyone knows about that case, let us know. I'd just be super interested.
Yeah.
But I guess if you honestly believe and you have the evidence, again, we don't know.
I mean,
but
he could have all the evidence he needs, and he could be
exactly,
right. He could tell the truth.
It could be right. I suppose you would be annoyed if it keeps getting delayed, wouldn't you?
Especially if it keeps getting delayed and you're just trying to clear your name because you know that you've
That you're
done
fine,
right and you're
done
fine.
right.
Yeah.
And there's evidence to back you up. But
Yeah.
it's one of them. I feel like the court process can potentially be quite long sometimes and time consuming and frustrating, I think is the
Yeah.
word, isn't it? I hope you guys have enjoyed that. I expected, like, especially when we saw the first
I was
outburst.
expecting like full on kicking and screaming.
Yeah, like when we saw the first one where we were throwing punches at the guy and stuff like that, I was like, oh, this is going to be great.
Yeah.
And then it weren't amazing, was it, towards the end?
It wasn't.
But,
I wouldn't say that I don't know. I feel like
not the most brutal
not
outbursts.
The biggest outbursts. I feel like I've seen bigger ones like scrolling, but
But
they were good ones.
Good
I
ones
enjoyed
to
them.
watch. Nah, definitely, I completely agree. If you guys have enjoyed this, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Let us know what else you want us to react to in the comments below. Maybe it's from Court Cam, maybe there's a lot of other compilations which are just better than this, or just as good, because we'll be keen to check out more, wouldn't we? So smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, guys, and have a fantastic day. Peace.